inside the press box this week and get a little bit of information on what goes on in here. And I'm here with Jay Miranda, our public address announcer. Jay, first off, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, background information.
Well, I graduated from Duquesne University in 1987 with a communications degree, and actually worked at a bunch of radio stations in Pittsburgh. One of them was 3WS. Did some sports producing for WPXI radio, or WPXI TV, and of course worked at WTKN radio, which was a talk radio station, had sports and all that stuff. So a lot of my background is basically that, and was able to get this job when the park was renovated about 5 years ago, and I did basically the public address announcing. Then of course the following year the Butler BlueSox came on board in 2009 and been here ever since.
Patrick Reddick does a lot of things with the BlueSox, and first off I want to start off by, just like I did with Jay, getting the background information on yourself that got you to this point.
At this point, I've been with the BlueSox for 4 years, ever since they started here in Butler. I was went to school up at BC3, and there have been a few guys. Jerin came on board, he was with me up there. And, after that I went to Slippery Rock, where I just graduated recently with a communications degree, just like Jay.
Nick Cunningham, the music guy here at Pullman Park. Nick, first off, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm GM Matt Cunningham's little brother. I started volunteering here like 3 years ago. I'm a junior at Knock. I play football there.
I know you don't just keep score here. I'm with you here every day. Just talk about what other stuff you do and.
My typical job for a home game, at least, we come in 10 or 11 in the morning, doing everything from writing press releases in the morning to getting the rosters ready for that night, and get the rosters ready for the radio guys and myself. As we get closer to game time, we get into getting the lineups for both teams. We check, make sure the umpires show up, because that's always an important aspect of the game. And then just as far as coordinating everything with the on-field activities, make sure the press box is on the same page as what's going to go on down at the field, because you don't have a lot of time to react during the game. Something would pop up. After the game, it doesn't end there. I'll go home, either Jerin or myself will write a recap, and I'll update it on the website, get the pictures put up there and on Facebook. And so usually up pretty late at night, and then come in the next day and do it all over again.
Yeah, I was going to say, it all equates to a very long day, but it's very worth it.
Well, day to day, it's kind of interesting. I come in between about 2:30, 3 o'clock, especially with a BlueSox game, and I try to get all my scripts that I have to get ready for, especially if it's a particular sponsor or client that has their night. So I really concentrate on them and basically prepare myself for anything that comes about. If they have special needs, special scripts they want to read, so I prepare that.
You do the music here, which is a very integral part to the process. I don't know, a lot of people know how that works, and maybe you can fill us in a little bit about that.
Well, what we have, I set up a laptop in here, and we plug that into Jay's soundboard. We have preset with them all queued up, the songs, batter walk-up songs, and then we have like chants and charges that I can hit, try to get the crowd into it, listen for feedback on that, and that's pretty much it. And then we have our promos too, like the water before the game and all that stuff, and filler songs too that I can throw out, and in between inning songs for the games too.
It's pretty much a lot of music is what you get into.
Yeah, exactly.
So you said you started keeping score around 8 or 9, and just want to know, first off, what brought you to that, and second of all, now doing it kind of professionally per se with the BlueSox. Just talk about keeping score in general and what led you to do it here.
I started probably keeping score, I think the first time I went to a Pirate game with my grandfather, and we were sitting there before the game. They had a scorecard in the program, and I asked him, what's this all about? And he kind of explained, and so we kept score together that game. It's probably mainly him, but that kind of got the ball rolling for me, and I've always been very interested in it. I got more and more interested. I'd sit at home, just watch an Empire game on TV and keep score, or listen on the radio and keep score. And so as I got closer, or got older, got closer to my time with the BlueSox, I started getting more and more into reading the rule book and figuring out all the little situations that you don't see pop up very often, but it's still kind of cool to know all those tiny little rules that are in there.
Nick, I said you're the music guy here, but that's not all you do. I shouldn't have said that. I know you do a lot of things here. Just fill them in on what else you do.
Yeah, well, actually, when I'm not doing the music, Jerin Steele will be doing the music up here. So we kind of alternate who does that. Other than that, I do a lot of stuff. Depends on, like, I'll come in early, rope off seats for certain groups that are coming out. During the game, I'm down there just like an intern. I'm helping out with the on-field contest. Ushering before the game is what I'm generally doing. Anything that needs done, my brother will come to me and ask me, and I'll do it.
But it's probably good for him that you're here, I guess.
Yeah.
But last thing I'll ask you is, you're a young guy. This is probably your first real big experience in doing something like this, I'd imagine. What's your favorite part of it?
Just I love it because, I like sports. I've always wanted to do something working in sports, and I like doing it here because, all my other friends are doing jobs that suck, basically. But yeah, I like doing this because it's fun. Sit up here, talk to Pat and Jay all game, and enjoy some good baseball.
What's your favorite part of it?
My favorite part is probably just I get to use, even beyond my time in the press box, I get to use all different kind of skills as far as writing for the website, updating the website, doing the code for that, taking pictures, just it's 1,000 different tiny jobs that you get to experience throughout a day. And then of course, scorekeeping every night is always fun you get to see the entire game. I mean, it's not like you're sitting in the stands watching a game because you have to pay attention. Sometimes it's a tough thing to do, to pay attention to every single pitch for 2.5 hours a night, but it's a lot of fun in the end.
Tell me what you like most about it.
Well, I think that my favorite part is watching the kids grow up. Some of these kids I've been seeing them play Little League, and now they're playing in high school, and in some of them I actually saw them play for the BlueSox, which is really interesting. So you kind of see that metamorphosis of how these players have evolved from being a little leaguer to now a big-time college star. So it's kind of exciting to see. That's probably the biggest satisfaction I get. And probably the second biggest satisfaction is parents coming up to me and say, "Oh my gosh, I remember you announcing. You make the game so much fun." And that, to me, really highlights my whole day, because I'm making something, which is relatively, not exciting as a NASCAR event or a football event, but making it fun for people to come to the park, and I love that.
All right, Jay. Well, thanks for being with us today and giving us a little bit of inside information on what goes on here in the press box.
All right, thanks. Go BlueSox!